Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stel, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you along the way. Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond Overeating podcast. My name is Stel Coombe-Heath, binge and emotional eating recovery specialist, and I am so excited to be here today with you. I have so much news. A lot is going on in the Beyond Overeating world, as well as Wholesome Lifestyle Project. So for those of you who don't know, I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a binge and emotional eating recovery specialist. So I actually help women heal their relationship with food and body. And it's become my mission to help 1 million women heal their relationship with food and body in the next 2 years. And that extremely excites me. I am shouting this from the rooftops because I am ready to just take those steps in really creating a different message when it comes to our bodies and how it's tied to our confidence. So watch out for some really, really exciting content coming your way in this podcast. I have a few announcements before we hop into today's podcast. We will be talking about how yoga has actually, what role yoga has played in my recovery and how I kind of still use yoga every single day, and how you can now get involved in some gentle yoga to help yourself in your healing journey as well. So first announcement is I'll be hosting my very first in-person body positive yoga session on Friday, the 7th of August, 8:30 till 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. So this is for you if you want to make peace with your body and build unshakable confidence in yourself, no matter what you look like. I know what it's like to struggle with self-image, disordered eating, and the shame that comes with feeling that I'm not enough. And I have been there, and also and I also know what it's like to be completely detached from our body, live in body hate, and all those type of things. So these workshops will help to promote harmony within your body, strengthen your relationship with your body, and just yourself in general through physical poses, what we call asana, breathing exercises, what we call pranayama, and non-harmful self-care, ahimsa, which is just one of the philosophies we talk about in yoga, as well as meditation. So in these classes, we will have various topics that will be woven into the practice. So it will be more like a workshop, We'll talk about urges to overeat, managing your cravings, body acceptance, cultivating a healthy relationship with food, stress management, body confidence, and self-acceptance. So those are just the types of things that we will talk about either during the yoga class, or we will probably do a bit of a workshop style where we maybe journal a few things out, or we brainstorm a few things. So it will be really hands-on. So bring yourself and a friend along so that you can learn how to really connect with your body, but also learn just how to start healing your relationship with food. So these classes are for all levels, so don't feel like you need to be flexible to be doing yoga or these classes. I will be offering modifications for anyone if you have any injuries, or if you feel like you are just a beginner and you need quite a bit of practice. Don't stress, there won't be any judgment like that. This is really just something that's going to help you get into a better space. So I will put the link for this class in the show notes. So I'd love for you to come and join that. There's more exciting yoga things coming your way. If you wanted a little bit of a what we call it, a preview of what body positive yoga is, you can join me on Insight Timer, where you can actually just have a free community class and just see what it's all about. Come and join me there. I'd love to have you there. I've actually had, I wanted to share some feedback from the classes I've been holding there. So the class I had this morning, I had 128 yogis or meditators join me. And here's just some of the feedback they gave me after the class. So if you were wondering about what this is about, you can come and join. So the first person, Kit, from, I can't remember where she's from, but she said she's been very irritable and mad about her body for giving her indigestion, and the yoga class really helped her feel better and helped her realize that nobody is going to work perfectly at any time, and she's just working into that self-acceptance. Fiona said, thank you, Stel. Tracy said, lovely practice. Thank you so much. Annie said, thank you, lovely. Lillian said, namaste. Sally said, thank you so much. Had a bad day yesterday, and this was a perfect, fresh start to my day. So that's just a few little comments of what everyone had to say about the class in the last week. So, or actually this morning's class. So come and have a look at those classes, sign up. Just as a little preview, sneak peek of what we will actually, what the yoga part will be like. The body positive yoga workshop will be more workshop intense. So there'll be movement, there will be some learning, and I just love doing these things because it's just one of my passions. I love hosting workshops. So sign up for that. So next, the other exciting thing I'm working on is a short little mini course that you can soon purchase. And what that would do is it will give you the exact steps on how to ditch dieting and heal your relationship with food through more of a mindful approach. So I'll be sharing more details about that as soon as it's released. I am currently recording the video content and the learning. So this is not just going to be a theory course where you just learn all the theory. I really believe about embodying what you learn. So we'll be doing a lot of self-reflection. There'll be a lot of tools to really turn inwards and really understand how you work, what your thoughts are around the diet mentality, what your thoughts are around yourself and food. So I can't wait to give you more details on that, heads up on that. So keep listening, keep tuning in. And I just can't wait to continue on this journey using mindfulness and yoga as a just as a tool for us to really start connecting with our bodies. That's one of the biggest things that I have learned throughout my recovery, is there has to be a connection with your body. You cannot hate your body for life. It's gonna backfire on you, and it's just gonna aggravate your symptoms for much, much longer. So today I thought I'd just basically share why yoga and how yoga has helped me overcome binge eating. And I actually wrote an article for Cover Me Active on this a few months ago. So I will post the link to that in the show notes as well if you wanted to go read the whole article. But basically, you know, for those of you who know my story, you might have heard me talk about me being in a corporate job where I was working ridiculous hours, 14 to 17 hours days. I'd live off coffee and cigarettes during the day with no time for exercise, no time for myself. And I had a lot of stresses in that job. It was something that just was high demand, lots of money involved. So that actually kept me up at night. So I got sick often. I had migraines almost every second week, and I couldn't stop comfort eating. I would binge eat at night because I wasn't eating during the day. So I was heading towards burnout, and I knew something had to change. And someone actually said to me, you need to go try out just a yoga class, see how that might actually support you along the way. And I thought, well, the only thing I have time for at the moment is running to try and make up for all my binge eating. But I don't really have time for this yoga thing. It doesn't really seem like it's going to fit into my plan. I was quite hesitant to give it a try. And this really was a time when I really just felt I didn't have much time for my health. And so, but then a friend of mine convinced me, let's go to a yoga class together. And she convinced me that it would actually help me relax a little bit. So that's what I did. I went to the class and I found it really enjoyable. So I started going to gym on a regular basis, and the gym had a yoga class. And that's why I kind of started incorporating yoga as an alternative to my running days, just to get a bit of stretch in my muscles. But it really became like a healthy outlet for me, and it really complemented my running. And I couldn't really understand what it was at the time, but there was just something about yoga that kept me going back. I just felt so much better about myself, about my body, every time I walked out of the yoga class. So I slowly started noticing some differences in my life. Like I could manage my stresses better. My body obviously became more flexible, which meant my running times improved, which was really important for me at the time, being an ultramarathon runner. And so yoga became just part of that weekly routine that I would, even if I couldn't make the gym class, I would fit in a yoga class at home. Or if I had a migraine, I would look up a yoga class for headaches. And I started using yoga more as as medicine, almost as a real nourishment, instead of the usual things that would usually help me. So it became like a real self-care tool. And because I could feel these differences, I really wanted to become and learn more about yoga. And one of the deepest ways you can do that is actually doing a yoga teacher qualification. And so that's what I did. In 2018, I actually did my yoga qualification, and I wasn't too sure if I'd be teaching yoga, but about 3 weeks in, the minute I started teaching my very first class, I actually realized that I am in love with teaching, and I would love to just share these messages with everyone. So even though I had this yoga qualification and I was going through the yoga training, and we learn all about, being kind to yourself and kind to your body and kind to others, I was battling with 2 eating disorders. I was battling with binge eating, and I was battling with orthorexia. And I kept this a secret from my friends. No one knew, my family, no one had an idea. But because now I became this yoga teacher, I felt like I was a little bit of a hypocrite, teaching yoga and struggling with my own judgments with my body and my relationship with food, and just feeling so out of control in that one area. And one thing that I learned is, the point of yoga is not about judgment. It's not making you feel bad about anything. Yoga, if you look at the actual definition, is yoga means to yoke, which means union, the union of your body, mind, and breath with the soul. And its aim is really to bring harmony between the body and the mind. And through this mindfulness practice aspect of yoga, this is where yoga really helped me to build a better relationship with my body. And as time went on, my eyes really opened as how bad my disordered eating was, and how much damage I was causing with overrunning and over exercising and then binge eating and, just being stuck in that binge guilt cycle. So I really needed to change. So I gained the courage to ask for help through the self-reflection of yoga. And it took me many attempts to actually pluck up the courage to go and get some help. But I found a eating disorder recovery coach, and she really helped me. She encouraged me to lean on my yoga practices even more. And I actually started reducing my running and just really started focusing more on my yoga practices, just so I could break that pattern of abusing exercise. And so with every week in my recovery, with my journey with my coach, I found I could connect even more with my body, and I was able to accept myself and my body slightly every single day, little by little. And I've been in recovery now for 3 years, and I practice yoga almost every day. I teach yoga almost every day, and I'm just amazed at how I'm learning more about myself every single day. I'm in a space where I am really in such a great relationship with my body. There, I'm not going to lie, there are still 1 or 2 days where I look at myself in the mirror and that old judgment will come back. But in general, I have just such a beautiful union with my body. And I really think that yoga is one of those practices that you can really immerse yourself in. And yoga has many different limbs, So the limbs we normally see is the physical yoga practices, the asana, and we see those amazing girls on Instagram, bending themselves in pretzels and everything else like that. But the physical practice is only one of the limbs. There's 8 of them. And so meditation and breath work are 2 others that we learn in the yoga teacher training, and what we actually teach as yoga teachers to our students. So yoga has really been a support system for me, and I would love to invite you to come and join me in these yoga classes, so that you can just start creating that connection with your body. These classes are really just something that I'm really, really passionate about. As I said, more exciting yoga things will be coming to Beyond Overeating podcast. But I just wanted to today thank you for tuning in. Let me rap about my yoga love, and you'll hear a lot more yoga related episodes going forward. I know I've mentioned and touched on it in the past, but I'm finally just really open to sharing this, creating more opportunities for people to learn what I've learned and join the journey of body positivity, body acceptance, and just that self-love and self-care. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. As always, share this podcast episode with a friend if it's been helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there, so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Stel Coombe-Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.